Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gustavo Stefan Diaz Martinez from course Colombian Education in Universidad. Today I'm going to talk about 3 topics of this course. This is what the map talks about. In first branch we have the topics seen in Unit 1. In second we have the topics seen in Unit 2, and finally we have a reflection or feedback by myself about this course, what I see and what I learn. In Unit 1 we have 2 topics, the lack of motivation and bilingualism in Colombia. Lack of motivation in learners are always a problem, and these 4 are the causes of the lack of motivation: the monotony, social problems, no objective setting, and no interest by the part of learners or the teacher. These 5 are the problems that provide these causes. The same methods provides monotony. What causes social problems are the emotional conflicts between students and a bad teacher-student relationship. What causes the no objective setting problem are proposed difficult goals by the teacher or unreal objectives. And what causes the no interest are using always the same thematic or the same methods. Finally, these last branches give solutions of these problems. Instead of use the same methods, the teacher can use deductive approaches to break the monotony. Instead of to solve emotional conflicts, to create spaces of group work and collaborative work could improve the social relationships between students and teachers. Instead of set unreal objectives and difficult goals, the teacher can divide the problems in little steps. And instead of use the same thematic always, the teacher can use experiences of success. The second topic talks about bilingualism in Colombia and being bilingual in Colombia. The dominant foreign language in this country is English, but in second instance, some people choose French. So English and French are the dominant foreign languages in Colombia. To dominate a foreign language and being bilingual bring opportunities socially, in business, or in education. Also provide skills like a complete domination and the ability to communicate abroad. In conclusion, the education is always cornerstone of every field. But practicing is also important to dominate a foreign language and to live in an environment in which people use that language to create bilingualism. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the Unit 2. This unit talks about globalization and how foreign language causes globalization. To learn a foreign language, as I said before, encourage life in 3 ambits: professional, social, and educative. And also, as I said before, to learn a foreign language is a hard-earned process in which practicing and discipline is fundamental. As I said before also, teachers and education are the cornerstone. The methods and approaches create motivation, and that motivation creates self-esteem in learners. That self-esteem and that self-study and self-research by themselves creates the knowledge requirement and the domain of the foreign language. Now, the globalization is the relationship between cultures. that relationships have been encouraged because of immigration and the ethnic storylines as consequence of that immigration. Mm, the history shows that globalization had different causes. In the past, the globalization was given by the force, unlike a war-like obligation, like the conqueror of America or the Second World War, in which Germans tried to impose their culture in all Europe. Nowadays, the language plays a fundamental role in globalization. To dominate a foreign language or be bilingual create ties between strangers and create the possibility to travel abroad. Finally, I have three final reflections about this course. The first one is about bilingualism, the second one about teaching, and the third one or last one about language or foreign language acquirement. About bilingualism in Colombia, I learned the difference between being bilingual and only domain a foreign language. To be bilingual is important to keep in mind the language context in which a subject uses its mother language and a second or a foreign language. My reflection about as a future teacher is that it's necessary to keep the motivation in learners. That success using didactic methods. Always be innovative with methods and approaches. And finally, my reflection about the language acquirement is that practicing and discipline is the most important or the cornerstone to skills enhancement. To dominate a foreign language, practicing is the most important. Thank you so much.